What's up? What's up, guys, and welcome to another episode of the Powerhouse Mentality Podcast. I am your host. I am Caitlin Kenna Smith, and today we're going to talk about burnout. We're going to talk about burnout. We're going to talk about finding your purpose in life and why that's so important. But first, I wanted to thank you guys. I wanted to thank you guys for coming back to the podcast, for sharing the podcast on your social media, for sharing the podcast with people who are important to you in your life. Because that means the world to me. It means the world to me when I receive messages from you guys saying, hey, I listened to this episode and it really touched my soul. It really allowed me to have a bigger perspective towards an area of your life and allow you to take action or to do something uncomfortable. Or it provided you with some insight on how you can help somebody in your life that you love. So keep sharing the podcast, keep sending me messages, keep letting me know what you think, because I love your feedback and I want to hear more of it. So let me know if there's ever a question or a topic that you want me to answer or cover, because the purpose and the mission and the vision behind this podcast is to be able to help impact you guys. Not just through my storytelling, but through the storytelling of the people that I have on the show. Whether it be just talking about different mindsets, different experiences, nutrition and fitness, different ways to level up your life so that you can really live the best life that you possibly can with the short life that you have. My mission, my vision, my purpose is to show you guys that you are limitless. We're all limitless. And the reason why we feel limited in any way is because of a brick wall that we've built in front of us. So, thank you. Now, let's get into the topic today, because I know that you guys want to hear about it. Because I know that this is a topic that's going to relate to so many people out there and bring so much impact. In today's day and age, it's really easy to find yourself burnt out or overwhelmed or excessively stressed. I hear it all the time. I see it on social media. I hear it from family members. I hear it from my clients constantly. I'm overwhelmed, I'm stressed, I'm burnt out, and I don't know what to do. Like, you're burning the candle at both ends and you've reached a point where you're not sure if you can actually keep going on like this. And it's almost like your back's against the wall and you're fighting, but you feel like you're so fucking tired that you can't fight anymore. Now, first of all, I want you to understand that you can keep going. You can keep fighting. It's really easy to quit, especially in those situations. But I want to remind you that regret lasts forever. So no matter where you're at in your life, don't fucking quit. So if there's one thing that I've learned in my pursuit of my goals in fitness, in life, in my career, and helping a lot of clients accomplish their goals and work through their journey, it's that you can always do more than you think you can. And like I said earlier, you've built up a brick wall, and that brick wall doesn't really actually exist, but that brick wall is holding you back from living the life that you want. And you think burnout comes from doing too many things. That's what a lot of people think. That's what most people's perspective on burnout is. It's, oops, I have too many things on my plate and I can't juggle these things and something needs to give. But if that were actually the case, how can so many people build incredible careers, build incredible companies, make millions and millions of dollars, build incredible families, build incredible lives that you look up to? How do these people do it? How do they not get burnt out? Burnout is a perspective. Burnout doesn't come from doing too many things. It comes from doing too little of the things that make you feel alive. So burnout isn't what you think it is. You have to ask yourself, like, if I'm not doing enough of the things that allow me to feel alive, am I even living at that point? What's the point of living if you're just existing? I'm sorry to tell you, but you're probably not burnt out. You're leaning on that thought as a crutch to why you can't stay committed to the things that you said you were going to do because you're tired, you're stressed, or you're overwhelmed. And those feelings are valid. You're tired, you're stressed, you're overwhelmed. I bet you are. But the truth is that you're not prioritizing yourself. You aren't prioritizing truly living your life. And instead, you're kind of going in autopilot and doing everything else for everybody and everything before even giving to yourself. And you're just checking off the boxes of your day like a fucking robot. That's no way to live. Life is meant to be lived. Life can be so fucking beautiful. You wake up, you go to work, you come home, maybe you work out at some point, you cook food, you scroll on your phone through social media, you watch some Netflix or some YouTube, then you go to bed, overstimulated from the day. It's no wonder you feel so fucking anxious and depressed. Like, think about it. I know people love animals, so think about it from a perspective of if you were to leave for work and you left your dog at home all day. I bet they get really fucking depressed and anxious being cooped up in the house all day and not having a routine. I mean, I'll talk from experience with our dogs. We have Kane, our Great Pyrenees, and then we have Bucky, our Belgian Malinois. And both of those dogs are really, really intense breeds. A Great Pyrenees wants purpose to be able to protect the herd. And then a Belgian Malinois also needs purpose to be able to protect and defend and be a psychopath and a crackhead. But without the routine and without the purpose, these dogs become destructive. They dig up the backyard. They chew stuff up. They rip stuff apart. They bark a lot. They need the routine too. They need the purpose. You're the same. Without routine, without purpose, you become destructive in your own life. And you start to destroy it from within through doing a lot of different things, through not taking care of your health, through eating shit food, through not moving, through drinking alcohol, through becoming addicted to things like porn, video games, things that don't serve a better life. So maybe right now you're like, fuck, that's me. So what are you going to do about it? What do you do about it? You have to create purpose in your life. And perspective matters here because you need to find fulfillment and purpose in the things that you do on a daily basis. And if you can't fucking find that thing, then maybe you need to find that thing that actually lights your soul on fire. You have to find joy in the little things and do the things that bring passion and light that soul on fire. I tell my clients, I need you guys to do 1 to 2 things every single day to de-stress and bring a little bit of joy into your life. Because if you don't, then eventually this entire journey of track my food, work out, go to work, do my thing, that's going to become extremely monotonous to the point where you feel overwhelmed, stressed, and burnt out, and you have a piss-poor perspective towards it. That's not what it's about. Nutrition and fitness should improve your life. The reason it's not for a lot of people is because they're thinking about it the wrong way. You have to be able to empty that stress bucket and fill your cup back up. And that comes through finding joy in the little things. And it doesn't have to be a big, elaborate, or extraordinary thing. Reading, journaling, meditating, breathing, mobility, stretching, yoga, music, being in nature, drawing, puzzles. I was having a conversation with one of my clients earlier, adult coloring books. Or it could be as simple as having coffee with a view. You know, whatever the hell you want, whatever the hell adds joy to your life. It looks different for everybody else, but you have to be willing to figure out what that is for you. And you have to put your fucking oxygen mask on first before putting everybody else's on. Because it doesn't work out if you put everybody else's on first. You're going to die. I mean, you really have to ask yourself at some point, like, what's stopping you from living the life that you actually want? And for most people, that's fear. It's fear of what other people are going to think. It's fear of the unknown. It's fear of, well, what happens if I fail? It's even fear of, well, what happens if I succeed? I'm not ready for that. But you also have to remember that at the end of your life, when you're taking your last breath, as morbid as it sounds, like, you're not going to remember the opinions of other people. You're not going to remember the fears that you had. You're going to remember the things that you did in life. Or for too many people, you're going to remember the regrets that you had from not taking action on the things that you did want to do, but never actually did. There's a saying that I've heard it a couple times, but I think it's so true. And it's, a lot of people die at the age of 25, but they don't get buried until the age of 85. Because they don't actually live their life, and they don't actually take time to find purpose and joy and fulfillment in the things that they do. So you have to also finally ask yourself, why are you going to allow anyone or anything to dictate your happiness and your success? And I want to use an example of this. Every single Thursday and Friday, so Thursday nights and Friday mornings, in the Hidden Summit community, Kevin and Stacy host a call. It's called our Level 2 call. It's focused on personal development. Because one of the biggest foundations that we have here at Hidden Summit is, yes, we help people get results, and we do that through nutrition and through fitness. But the reality is that fitness and nutrition are very fucking simple concepts for most people. It's not easy, but it's very simple. The mindset is what makes us different, because we focus on a framework of building your mindset and building your mental toughness and discipline, because mindset is the foundation. If you don't have the right mindset, then you're not going to be able to actually have the self-worth, discipline, and toughness to get through that fitness and nutrition journey to get to your goals and build the life that you want. And I want to talk about an example from that call about somebody who was in a really tough spot and found their purpose through actively pursuing it and getting really uncomfortable doing it. So we had one of our members talking about how he took action to improve his circumstances despite not being in complete control at all, being completely out of control and being frustrated more days than not. He has epilepsy. So for a really long time, he was using that as his excuse to why he can't accomplish his goals when it comes to fitness and nutrition, and why he was depressed and felt unfulfilled. But now, going through a journey that he's been through, he now plans for the days that he's going to have seizures. He plans every day like he's going to have a seizure every day. He has a plan for, what am I going to do to execute when I don't have a seizure, and what am I going to do on the days where I do have a seizure? It's kind of like he's expecting that the primary plan is not going to go as planned. He's planning for the bullshit, and he's creating another option ahead of time other than what most people do and what you probably usually do when things don't work out, which is hitting the fuck it button and just saying, well, fuck it. I'm just going to do whatever, and I'll focus on getting back on track and doing the thing that I should do tomorrow because it didn't work out today. But if you do that every fucking day, or if you do that more days than not, you're never actually going to accomplish anything in life, and you're going to find yourself in this never-ending cycle, kind of like a hamster running on a wheel, and it doesn't go anywhere, and you stay in the same spot, but you probably go backwards too. And he found his purpose because he was able to actually give self-care to himself through making a plan for the days that it didn't work out. And once he started to gain more confidence and belief in himself through doing those actions every day, through staying committed to his fitness and his nutrition and his mindset and becoming better for his family, he started a charity. It's called Rock Stops Seizures, ROC, Ryan O'Connor Stops Seizures. And I'm going to link it down below. And that gave him purpose to be able to help other people who are in the same spot and are living that same hard life that he's living. So he found purpose and fulfillment in helping them, but also in being there for his family. Because his family is what he does this for. And that's what helps him feel fulfilled, what helps him push through those difficult moments. So I tell you that story to tell you that it doesn't matter how difficult the circumstance is. There's always a solution. No problems, only solutions. So if you're in a spot right now where you're stressed, where you're overwhelmed, where you're feeling burnout, I challenge you to find purpose and find fulfillment in your everyday life through changing your perspective. Another way that you can do this, other than what I already spoke about when it came to finding joy in the little things, is never stop learning. When you learn a new thing, it kind of gives you a little bit of that dopamine hit every single time you learn something new and you experience new things in it. And that could be as simple as learning a new language. Well, learning a new language isn't simple, but it's a concept that not a lot of us put thought into because we never really think about it. But think of how fucking fulfilled you're going to feel on a daily basis if every day you're learning a little bit when it comes to Italian or Spanish or something that you never thought you could do. So find a new hobby, find something new that you're going to learn about, and allow those things that you're learning about in that journey of learning something new, allow that to be your dopamine hit instead of fucking scrolling through Instagram for the 50th time today and looking for a reel that's going to give you 1 second of satisfaction, but then also is going to drain you from actually being present in your real life. So those are some things that I want you guys to put into thought. Burnout isn't actually what you think. Remember, most people think that burnout comes from doing too many things, but in all reality, it comes from doing too little of the things that make you feel alive. So go out and live your life today. Go out and find 1 to 2 things that you can do every single day that are going to de-stress you, bring joy to your life, finding joy in the little things. Find purpose and passion in your everyday life by shifting your perspective, and get a dopamine hit from learning something new. Take on a new hobby, a new experience. And go out and do one thing today that's going to take you 1 step closer to where you want to be. Hey, before you go, I want you to know about an incredible thing that we're doing at Hidden Summit, an incredible offer for you that's 100% free and gives you the possibility of winning 6 months of free coaching with Derek Valens, one of the co-founders of Hidden Summit, who is a former Navy SEAL and a current first responder. He knows a thing or two about getting results and mental toughness. So he created an ebook that we're giving away for free when you pre-order it using the link down below in the show notes on mental toughness and discipline, on how to become more mentally tough. And in this day and age, a lot of us need that. And a lot of people want to become more mentally tough. People are jumping in ice cold things of water just to become more mentally tough, but they're unwilling to take a free resource that could potentially do the same thing. So I invite you all to go down in the show notes below and download that free ebook. When you download the free ebook, it's going to pop you up to a surprise, which is you filling out a form that puts you in the drawing to win 6 months of free coaching with Derek, one-on-one. So if you're ready to change your life and you want to become more mentally tough and you want to really change the trajectory of everything and the direction that you're on, go hit that link. I'll talk to you guys next time.